What's happening? Hopefully everyone's doing well. So yeah, I always say it, quick update video, but yeah, I'm gonna try and make it quick. I've got a fair bit. What the fuck's going on with this? What's this? Yeah, fuck that off. But yeah, I've got a fair bit I need to do this afternoon, so I'm gonna make it very quick. It will be under 20 minutes. I know you're probably looking at it now and it's gonna be like 40, but yeah, I'm gonna smash it out as quick as I can. If you can, like, comment, subscribe, share it about it, obviously does help. I will be speaking pretty quick, so if I'm stumbling over, I do apologize, but I just want to try and get it done as quick as I can. And yeah, pretty much I'm just going to go straight in. I'm not going to speak about this yet, sorry. I will go into CRV and stuff, but yeah, chart looks great. I'm just going to quickly run over Bitcoin, just going to show what we was looking at over the last previous days. I'm going to keep it very, very quick, and then we can go from there. Not really much has changed with this. Obviously, we've got other counts, but I'm just showing the primary for now. I can't be asked showing all this X, Y, Z, and blah, 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 blah. Not an actual WXY, just like XYZ, you know the saying. But yeah, if you want to go back and watch previous videos, you're more than welcome. You can sort of keep up with where we're at the moment. But honestly, I'd stick around for the whole video, especially if you're interested in CRV. Don't just skip to the CRV bit because, yeah, I think you should obviously look at what we're thinking in terms of Bitcoin as well and in terms of Ethereum. But yeah, just going to quickly go into it. So obviously, this is where we was at before. Look, we didn't expect the recent sweep. We didn't expect this third wave, but it does look like a third of a third. So then we was expecting one last dip for a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. We did actually get that, but it ended up being truncated, which is very interesting, showing buying pressure. But you did obviously get a triangle here, wave A. This is going to be very, just remember that this is very sharp because I'm going to come back to this. Okay, so very sharp A for a triangle, which normally always happens. Again, A, very sharp A of a triangle, which normally always happens, and I'm just going to come back to this with CRV, what I mean by sharp A of a triangle. You've got wave A, wave B, wave C, wave D, then wave E, then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside of there. Sorry, A, B, C, D, E. Something. Anyway, if you break it down inside, you can see, and then you've got 5 waves. I'll just quickly jump to it. Yeah, A, B, C, D, and then E, and then you've got 5 waves inside of this. Sorry, E finishes here, then 1, 2, then 3, then an A, B, C, D, E, and then a quick flush for wave 5. Sorry, so E finishes there, A, B, C, D, and E, and then a 1, 2, a 3, a 4, and then a 5. So that's obviously your fifth wave, and then you've come back up here. You've come back up here for obviously your wave A, your wave B, your wave C. So this is obviously what we was expecting before. Then we did actually change, not change, but we did obviously mention that, so we was expecting the triangle of one last flush and get 2 recent sweeps. I'm just showing you a few slides here, then I will obviously get into the analysis because I like obviously updating what we were speaking about prior. Obviously the prior week, and then obviously because we got the sharp wave 4 at the highs, we were saying, look, obviously if we break this low or break this, if we did break this, then that's when I would have been bullish, but we didn't. We came up and it looked like a wave 4, and I was expecting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did actually get the 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, E, and then wave 5, but then we ended up getting, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then this is an A, B, C, D, E triangle in there with a truncated D and E, and then you've got wave 5, so that's an A, a B, and a C. So again, you've got an ABC, an ABC, you've got another ABC. I was expecting once we have one last push down, either come here and be truncated again or come back and then we go. Because it did look like this could be wave 4 because we've come back to the midpoint of the base channel from wave 1 to 2. I'll show why midpoint is very obviously with CRV as well. But we'll come back to the middle of the base channel. We've obviously made one last dip, and I was expecting us to really bounce after that. But then when we got a bounce, this is what we showed after. So it was like, look, obviously 2 counts. I don't know which one it is as of yet, but obviously huge. We're still looking at the huge triangle with one last flush, which is most likely. And then that's when obviously we came up here, and I was like, right, if we wanted to see something impulsive, because this didn't fall in 5 waves, this actually fell in 3 waves. That's when we was like, right, we've come up here, have a nice little A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, and then you've got a huge triangle and one last dip. And I am still expecting that. And it's mainly one of the reasons why I'm expecting CRV to run hard as well, because Bitcoin's not going sideways, so people get bored out of Bitcoin. There's a lot more liquidity in Bitcoin and liquidity swaps markets. So that's what we was expecting. And then this is where we're at. So we've come up. Obviously, we've gone sideways. Obviously, it was a little bit higher, but that's fine. Gone sideways. We've come back up. Yeah, retested this, and then obviously we've come back down. So Again, with this, I am expecting a little bit lower, come back up for wave 4 over the next, I'd probably say, week or two. Again, going more sideways. Whilst this fell, CRV was actually going parabolic. So even if we fall here, I'm not expecting CRV to eat shit or dump. But after, pretty much all I'm really showing is giving you more of a concrete evidence of why. Obviously, we're looking obviously for the triangle. Obviously, we've been expecting it for a while. Let me just, with the base channel as well, this needs changing back. Sorry, 1 second. Just quick. Is it that I have it? What's that on 6? 6, yeah. It's all right to come to the back of the channel, but really, I mean, of the base channel, but you don't really want to see it break out of it. That's when things can get a little bit sticky. But yeah, this could come a little bit deeper, and then wave A could still finish roughly around the midpoint of the channel, which is what we would prefer. We'd prefer something like this to obviously come back down, finish here, get a small E, and then obviously dump. So yeah, something like that anyway. But yeah, I still think that Bitcoin is, I don't think it's ready to go just quite yet. This fifth might not actually go that deep as well and get 2 sweeps of liquidity and come under here. It might even just come here, take a jab, be very short, and then off you pop. It'll just be a real quick jab and quick sweep of liquidity. But yeah, that's what we're expecting. We're still expecting a flat for Bitcoin. The triangle, I think, is obviously the most suited. The same with Ethereum as well. This looks like you've still got the flats. You've got wave A, B, C, D, and E. Then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave C. You've got some sort of A running flat A, B, C, or maybe A, B, C, D, and E triangle, truncated A, B, C, small D, and a very small E, which can happen a lot of the time. And then you've got your wave C. Then you've got wave 1, A, B, C, flat, 1, 2, 3, triangle A, B, C, D, E, 4, 5, truncated fifth, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, maybe. D, and then E. And then again, this is just going to be a huge triangle. So you've got like a running triangle, A, B, C, D, E, and then again, one more push to the downside. But all in all, these markets look unbelievable. Something like that is what I'm looking for Ethereum. Something like this. Until near the back end of 2025, as obviously I've showed my my bigger video if you want to look at my pinned tweet. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. Anyway, I'm going to move on to CRV. So yeah, I'm mainly going to focus on this today just because it's very interesting, and I've got a lot of stuff that I want to quickly crack through. So but yeah, this video is mainly going to focus on CRV. In fact, someone did, sorry, you're going to have to wait 5 seconds. Someone did actually mention DOT. I've not looked at this for a while. I never have the EMAs in as well, the 20 and the, get rid of these for the time being. I never have them in. Just a real quick one on DOT. I didn't even sort this chart out. I should have. To be honest, obviously whoever asked, there's not really too much that I can really update on this apart from if you go to like if you go to the weeklies, on the weeklies, let me just quickly go to DOT. Is it on this or is it on this? Oh shit, I might have deleted it. I could have deleted it, there's a chance. Nah, not really. Yeah, it's here. So you got a mini fifth, which can happen a lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, E, and then mini fifth, and then you've got wave A, you've got wave B, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, I've not looked at this chart since November last year on the weeklies on this. Wow. And that's what I was expecting. But to be honest, I mean, you're probably along the lines of something like this with an expanded flat. And again, it's just bottoming out. It's literally just bottoming out, expecting Bitcoin to run first and then DOT to run first. So yeah, I didn't look at this chart for that long while, but yeah, like, man, honestly, I think the chart looks great overall. Like, you've come back to the previous wave 2 of 1 less a degree, previous bottom of wave 2 of 1 less a degree. Like, you're going to be seeing something like this print here once obviously Bitcoin gets running, but you're going to be seeing it with a lot of the market as well. And I think obviously Solana, if you remember obviously looking at one of my previous videos, and obviously one of my previous posts as well, just mentioning Sol, that this is what we was looking at. We actually had the 2 there, and I still think that probably is the bottom of wave 2. You've got a 1, 2, 1, 2, and you're going to do something like this, similar to Ethereum. But I reckon this is going to stall out and make a big 1, 2, 1, 2, similar to what ETH did back here. It's going to be like a big 1 2 1 2, but this next 1 2 looks like it can be pretty large, to be honest. I think this is going to be pretty big. So 1 2 1 2, and then I think Solana's going to absolutely rip to the upside. The bigger this one goes, obviously, the higher the third wave is going to go. So, but yeah, it all looks good. So I'm not going to touch on any other markets, to be honest. I just want to focus on CRV. I've got a fucking lot that I want to speak about. So first off, just want to go into this. So if you remember, we was looking at obviously a sweep of this liquidity. Is it the daily or is it the daily? Is it the daily or is it the weekly? So if you remember, obviously, we was looking at, which chart was it? Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. So if you remember, obviously, we was looking for a sweep of liquidity. We was obviously hanging on here, and I did actually buy a big bag of CRV at 0.41. But yeah, bullish div obviously grabbed liquidity. We ended up still getting the bullish divergence as well. Just gonna go on this, change that to that. 1 second. Yeah, so this is obviously the bullish div that ended up forming, and obviously we was expecting the sharp rise up. And that's what we got. Ended up getting a nice little sweep of this liquidity as well on the lows. Come back down. We was expecting obviously that retest, because that should have happened in terms of, like, look, you've got your wave 1 that came up here. You should have had an ABC, which should have come back and obviously retested. But because you ended up getting a running flat, and obviously you pop straight back up, it's showing obviously the contestants in the market and all the other players are obviously a lot more bullish. If it did come down a lot more and retest, then obviously the major, do you know what I mean, participants, sort of the mass, that's probably the best way of saying it. Fucking I'll stumble over my words there. The mass obviously wouldn't have been expecting it to just carry on going, but yeah, obviously that's why I was expecting a retest, and we ended up obviously coming back down, a decent sweep of the lows, obviously, yeah, and then yeah, ended up coming back down. So that's just that. And then I think, is there anything else? Nah, that's just me mentioning about the vid. But yeah, everything that looks fucking great. Sorry it's taken 12 minutes to sort of properly get into it. Just wanted to obviously highlight on everything that we've showed previously, and just want to quickly last thing on mention on Bitcoin as well. That once Bitcoin does go and Bitcoin does run, it will be sort of swallowing the market. If you want to watch previous videos in terms of Ethereum/Bitcoin chart and Bitcoin dominance, then you're more than welcome. But yeah, it is going to swallow a lot of the market when it does go on a run. But as it's again approaching this high, just last little thing, as it's approaching, obviously when we start getting up here to the third wave and we start going sideways, this is where you're going to start seeing a major, it's probably going to last maybe 12 months, 9 months, something like that, similar to what this has lasted, April to about October. So yeah, 4 to 10, 6 months. This is probably going to last about 6 to 9 months, because obviously wave 4s could be a little bit obviously more sideways. But again, this looks great. Again, I'm going to obviously just show here as well about having a base channel. Let's say you go there, and let's say the bottom goes here. You want to obviously see that third wave. 1 2 3 4 5 crack through, and then you're probably going to do this to come back to either the edge of the base channel or the middle of the base channel, come, and then obviously you got one last leg to the upside. It looks great. Honestly, I can't stress enough how good the market looks. Right, anyway, I'll stop chewing your fucking ear off and I'll get into CRV. Right. Jesus Christ, this needs sorting out. Let me... Right. I'm just going to get rid of this, because this is what we showed yesterday. Where is it? Which is the one we showed yesterday. So we did end up obviously taking the position off. I'm happy that I did take the position off, to be honest. It's the first time I've showed my actual trade size, and it felt a little bit weird showing it. I didn't show it as obviously for arrogance. Yeah, some people have asked me about trade size before, and then this and that, and I just thought, you know what, obviously I'm in a decent position. I've put a little bit extra obviously into the trade. I just thought, you know what, I'll show my position size a little bit, and I felt a bit uncomfortable doing it. I don't know. Plus, I know that obviously people, when you start trading with more size, then people start thinking, wow, this obviously he knows what he's doing. He can't get it wrong. You know how people think, which I can easily, and then people start chucking shitloads in, and then, do you know what I mean? And it's all your fault, even though I didn't press the buy button for you. But yeah, so this is, I don't really, look, I think that's one of the reasons why I did get out a little bit, as I've obviously mentioned it here. The fact of showing a trade is probably the reason I'm taking it off. It is a little bit, but I think risk management wise, it was quite smart to take it off. Obviously, if we did get that third of a third and we start breaking below this, as I've shown, don't want to break the yellow bottom line. Anything inside is fine. And we did actually hold, which is great. And yeah, so But yeah, anyway, still chewing your ear off. Brilliant. Right. So this could be a C or a 1. I'd rather wait for confirmation. So for me now, that's not a C. The reason why I don't think it's an ABC, I've got multiple reasons and I'm going to get into it, but I don't think that's an A and I don't think that's a B and I don't think that's a C. This is sharper than this, right? Now, weirdly enough, what's actually played out is this structure. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go to this first so I can delete some stuff. Right, so here, bullish again, as we showed when we was here. So we got out the market here. We re-entered down here, if you remember me showing as well earlier. Where did I say it? Obviously, yeah, back in the market. We just ended up putting back in with 100k contracts. Ended up getting in about 7 hours ago. It was down here, something like that. About here, 100 contracts in. Right, let's get back to this. So happy that I got out of the market. Did override the trade plan a little bit, but I'm really not bothered. I felt more comfortable getting out. Obviously, it was a decent bit of profit. We took 10 grand over 24 hours, which is great. So I'm just going to get rid of this. I'm just going to get rid of this because we didn't actually break through. Anything inside the yellow is fine, as I mentioned, and we've broke out of the corrective channel. I normally don't have that in yellow, but I did just to obviously show you guys. Now, at the time, this is either an ABC, so W, X. Now this is a flat, 10 million%. I've looked at the subwaves. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a flat. It's 10 million%. That's a flat. So regardless if this is an X wave or it was a 2 or it was a B wave, right? Obviously, if it was a 2, we was going to cascade straight through here. We didn't. This isn't an impulse. This is corrective. We didn't break through this bottom of the channel. We stayed within it. So that obviously negates that from being a 2. It's probably a B or of a flat. So this is what I think happened. A, B, C, wave A, B, C, wave B, and then I think this is C. So I think we ended up having a flat, a running flat. All right, so we ended up getting an A, a B, and then a C. Same as what you had here. A, B, C. And then same, this structure, how it has actually played, ended up being similar to this. Quite slow A, quite slow B, and then a very sharp C. And that's obviously what you had here. Quite slow A, quite slow B, very sharp C. So yeah, that looks great for running flat. So really what actually happened here is this should actually get moved down to there. And when you do move that down to there, what is quite interesting is it's nice to see that obviously we did hug this middle part of the channel, which is quite nice, and we kept it as support, and then obviously we broke out of this corrective channel, which is great. That's what you want to see. So this is called a center line reversal. If we were to come back to the bottom, you call this a bottom line reversal, and then you go. But obviously you've got a center line reversal, and you've come out. Did you explode out of it? You didn't, but it's fine. The reason why I'd like to see it corrective is about what I'm going to show you in a second in terms of what I'm expecting like this whole structure to do. And I'm happy that we didn't go flying out of it, to be honest. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this. Just clean the chart up a little bit. I'll get rid of this and this. I'm just going to move it just a little bit over. Yeah, that's probably better. And we probably do finish off at the 0.382. I reckon that's probably where it bottoms out. Right, so we keep seeing running flats as well. Like this is a running flat. I know this doesn't look like a wave 1, but it is. Wave 1, A, B, C. Wave 3, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ending diagonal for C, and then you've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huge wave 4 compared to wave 2. I understand. It doesn't look right. It looks like a 3-wave move. Looks like a big A, B, C. I totally get it, but it's not. And that's obviously we was expecting that obviously from there as well. I've seen it happen a lot of times where wave 4 can be a lot bigger than wave 2. Now, what we did end up getting is, and I just need to make sure, let me just have a drink of water and just think about this. I just want to show why I am still bullish and why I'm expecting this to go literally still absolutely parabolic. So we ended up getting the parabolic move from here. Did I show it? I don't know if I showed it. Oh yeah, here. So obviously down here was obviously making the large position, and then obviously break equals the train won't stop. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we're off. That was here. Now, this didn't end up being a 1, 2. Now I want to show it. So yeah, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything out here. So I'm going to show this structure. Weirdly enough, it's ended up being the same as this structure, And obviously the whole structure, it's quite weird to be honest, but I'm happy that it's ended up printing itself twice. So you've got 5 clean waves. We showed that obviously on Twitter. We said pull back, then we're off. You got your ABC, another running flat, which is weird. You don't really see many running flats, but we've seen literally about 5 or 6 in this whole structure. Then you had a wave 3. Now this wave 3 in time, if you can see, it's a lot steeper. It's a lot steeper than this wave 1. A lot steeper, right? But in time, this literally lasted half an hour, right? I just want to show you this. So this, right? Wave 1. This is your wave 2. This is a lot steeper. Your wave 3. Now in time, this lasted from Wednesday till Saturday, about 4 days. This lasted from Thursday till Saturday. Actually earlier than that, let's say Friday, because it was actually late Thursday and early, so like 2 days. So this is like half of the time. Even if you put a trend-based fib, sorry, time-based fib, right? What you want to see to wave 2, right? It's not even touched. Move this, put that back down here. You've not even touched the 0.618. You've not even got to the 0.618, but neither did you here. If you do the same for here, wave 1 to wave 3, like look at that for time, right? These, you're probably thinking, so what? I'm going to get to it, all right? So it literally, wave 3 was just very quick. Same with this, wave 3 was very, very quick. Now what you did see is you obviously saw a massive spike in the 5th wave volume because you ended up getting an extension, right? Now, if you put that to wave 2, so wave 1 to wave 2, in time, really what you want to see, I want to see it roughly being around 1.618. If it is about a 1.618 extension, but it wasn't. So what you could do, you could finish up roughly around here on Monday or obviously about Tuesday. This is again just, it's not concrete, but I want to see something like this. I want to see a wave A, wave B, wave C. I want to see something like this, A, B, C, D, E. I want to see a big triangle. Now, the reason why I want to see a triangle, I just want to make sure I'm covering all my bases here, right? The reason I want to see a triangle is because what I said a minute ago about this structure here being the same about this whole structure is, if you can see, you got 5 waves up. You ended up getting your 5 waves up for wave 1. You ended up getting a running flat for wave 2. Weirdly enough, you ended up getting a running flat for wave 2. Then you got a quick wave 3. Same here. You ended up getting a very quick wave 3, which is this wave 3, but it's also this is wave 3, right? I'll show why this could go up to here. To be honest, it could go higher, but right now in terms of a channel, this ended up being a triangle as well, by the way. This is an A, a B, a C. You got a truncated D and an E inside there, and then you've ended up getting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ending diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. You've ended up getting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 expanding ending diagonal. So you've got wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Right, I'll go back. So in terms of a channel, right, what you've done is you've come in, you've come back into this channel, and then obviously you've absolutely melted to the upside, right? What have you done here? You've ended up getting a running flat. Normally a running flat precedes a massive move, but it could precede a massive move in the 5th wave extension or 3rd wave extension, just like it did here. So just think, that wave 1 is here, that wave 2 is there, that wave 3 is there, this wave 4 is going to be here, back inside of this big channel, right? What is very, very, very interesting as well is if you go to wave 1 and you go to wave 3, you've only come to the 1.236. You come here, you go to wave 1 to 2, you've only come just shy of the 1.236. So then what does that negate? That negates that obviously that the 3rd wave is not an extension, it's going to be a 5th wave extension. And if you get a 5th wave extension, you want to see wave 1 to 3 end up being roughly a 1.618 move, let's just say it ended up finishing there or something like that. You want to see a roughly come to the 1.618. Yeah, you was a few percentage points off it. Is 1% off it, but you've come to the extension of wave 1 through 3 to wave 4. To be honest, wave 4 probably finishes there. So you are a little bit off, but yeah. All right, but again, you could be getting something similar in terms of obviously getting a parabolic extension as well, and I actually think we are going to get that, and I'm going to get to that in a second. I'm just trying to keep it, there's just a lot I want to explain, so I hope I'm not confusing you. I'm trying to explain it as much as possible. In terms of the yeah, so in terms of the volume as well, you've obviously got the most volume in the third wave, but obviously the fifth wave. Now, because the fifth wave is going to be extended, I want to see obviously a shitload of volume as well. So volume is probably going to outweigh this. Now, you want to jump onto the 4 hour to see the actual volume. That is a lot of volume. You can say it's not compared to all this, but it's a lot of fucking volume. Look at it. Like, it's a lot of volume. Look how high it is, this bit here. It's higher than pretty much, yeah, the whole couple of years or whatever that was, the whole year. So again, could I be wrong on all this? I could. And if we just ABC and we just eat shit, then this was an ABC. But I don't think it is because of obviously the structure. So with this volume, what I want to see is like there, you've got your 1, 2, your 3, 4, and your 5 is where most of the volume is. So what I want to see here is this goes sideways and not really have much volume, and it just decrease over time like this. And then a large spike in volume, another large spike in volume, and then obviously come down. That's what I want to see. So I want to see an A, I think we're going to B, then we're going to C, then we're going to D, then we're going to E, and we're probably going to come to the 0.382. You can put all this stuff on your charts if you want. Come back to roughly the midpoint of the channel, come back to the 0.382, and then what I think we're going to do is, so yeah, I just wanted to show you the volume there. So then what I think we're going to do is, in fact, I think I can just do this. Can't I just do this? Yeah. But I want to do wave A to wave A. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. So I want to see wave B come in between these two lines. So wave A, wave B. So I want to see something like this. Wave B, wave C, wave D, wave E. Something like this, right? Let's get these out just to show it. Could even get, obviously, like I showed here, you ended up getting a truncated D, and so you got wave A, wave B, wave C, wave D and E is inside there. They can be truncated. You could even get something similar to that, wave A, B, C, and then a small D, and then a small E, and then go. So we've ended up getting this. That looks like a leading diagonal as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks like a leading diagonal for wave A. Looks like a leading diagonal. You're probably going to triangle for wave B or zigzag. This looks like a wave A, which is very sharp. Oh yeah, sorry, this is why I was getting to it. This is why I'm expecting this to be a triangle as well. I'll just go to it. I've just remembered. So this, right? So wave A, and my mouse has died. Fuck's sake. 1 second. Oh, it's not even fucking turned on. Brilliant. What complications. Right, we're back. So, in a triangle, you want to see wave A be very sharp. In a zigzag, you want to see wave A be very sharp. Wave A of a zigzag, A, B, C, and then wave C, you want to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Wave A, that's how sharp it is. Is wave C sharp? No, it's not. Wave C actually can extend. It doesn't mean it's sharper, though. Okay? So that's that. So in waves A of a triangle, wow, I've taken the piss with this. We're already 30 minutes in. Fuck, I didn't even realize. So wave A of a triangle, very sharp there. A, very sharp spike. A, B, C, D, E, right? Same with this. If this is a triangle, which I think it is, that's a very sharp A. Very sharp A. It's on the 4 hour. It's a sharp A, right? So A, then you're going to get B, then a C, D, E. Wave A would be the sharpest. So that looks great. Also looks great that we're obviously staying inside of this channel, because you always want to really see it backtest the midpoint of the channel or the out of the channel, like you did here, and obviously like you did obviously what I showed with Bitcoin, and obviously just general rules of an impulse. You've broke through, and obviously you've come back and we really want to see a midpoint test of the channel and then absolutely go parabolic or an outside test of the channel. Right, what else was I going to explain? So yeah, we've ended up getting this. So wave 4. Now once you've got this for wave 4, I think we're going to get something like this. I know it sounds mental. I know, I'm sorry. But I do. I think, so what we ended up getting is, we never even, sorry, I don't think I showed that. Yeah, oh, I did, didn't I? So wave A, did I? I think I did. So wave 1 to wave 2. Wave 3 doesn't even reach the 1.618. It goes shy of the 1.236. It's under, if you can see, under the 1.236. And again, this is the exact same. So you've got wave 1 to wave 2, and it's under the 1.236. So weirdly enough, we've had this structure for the wave 3 pretty much identical of what's happening from the whole 5-wave structure, from wave 5 to obviously its origin, which is very interesting. So, and if you do I don't present fractals. If you've watched any of my previous videos, I'm not a fractal guy. You want to see fractals, go and watch someone else. It's just not the way I do it. I don't think, like, stuff, yes, all Elliott wave analysis is the same patterns, this and that, but I'm not really a fractal guy. I think it's just a cheap way of sort of doing analysis personally. If you do it, I'm so sorry for saying that. Like, I know we live in a fucking snowflake world now, but yeah, learn analysis in my opinion. Don't just look at fractals. So you've got your wave 4, you've come back to the channel. Now, if you do end up getting, right, ooh, last little thing, and then I will. I'm going to finish it off in a second anyway, but I just want to show this. Right, so wave 1, wave 2. You've broke through on wave 3. I know this looks corrective, right? And then if you put wave 2, bottom of wave 2, to where you think the bottom of wave 4 is, wave 5 normally taps the top or shoots through. All right, so obviously you've hit the top there. And it should happen with this as well. Let me just get off of this. So let's just take this. Let's just say that goes to about there. Let's just say wave 4 finishes there, and you go to wave 3, and you get the extension of wave 1 through 3 and put that to wave 4, and then you do, let's say, a 1.618. This actually, what did this get to? It can be shy of a 1 point. Let's say it's there, between 1.3. All right. I know this sounds mental, and I know it looks pretty fucking mental as well. And to be honest, I personally don't think I personally don't think we will go as, do you know what I mean, as high, etc. But yeah, there's sort of a chance that you do just come for a wave 4, then you've got an extended 1, 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5, and you've got something like this in terms of it being an absolute parabolic move. There is a chance, and not only that, it does come back. I rarely use the 21 and the 55, but it does come back and obviously meet the weekly as well, the weekly 21, which would be very, very interesting. Then you'd obviously a multi-month, obviously, correction coming down, or it could just keep running, which would be very, very interesting. But yeah, I do think this is a wave 4. I really, really do. And if we did get a massive extension like this, you're going to get volume like this volume. That's your wave 3. So that's your wave 3. And that should, look at the volume down here. I just don't want to show it because these keep getting in the way. That's your wave 3 and that's your wave 5. In terms of this structure. So in terms of the whole structure, I mean, look, this could literally just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pierce straight through, and then you've got your 5 waves, then you're going to come back down. And that would be perfectly fine. But I wouldn't be surprised if this really does start going absolutely parabolic, just bust straight through this. But again, I'm not saying we are going to 66 cents or 63, but yeah. But yeah, in terms of the volume, you want to see this sort of decrease throughout a triangle till about here. Decrease, obviously, volume. And then you want to see a spike in volume for wave 1, come back down for wave 2, spike in volume for wave 3, which probably extends this, depending on if obviously the next, and then you come back down, and then you've got wave 5's volume, and then you come back down, something like that. But yeah, I am still very, very bullish on this chart. I do think that that does look like a leading diagonal. I do think that this is going to end up playing out as a triangle, just like this did, just because we've had this sharp. I don't think it's going to end up being a flat. It could end up being a flat for wave 4, and we could A, B, C, come up here, and then obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then obviously it could run, but I don't really think it gives us enough time, and I'd quite like us to just sit above a few of the EMAs. Look, that'd look nice. Just sit above a few of the EMAs like this. This obviously starts rolling up. You just start squashing in a triangle, then obviously you sort of you've just got parabola. So that's what I'm expecting. I think the market looks great. I think CRV looks fucking brilliant personally. So I did end up just getting back in with 100,000 contracts, obviously on my position, but I will be adding. Look, I'd normally say wait, but I don't want to be arrogant when I say this, but with a bit of experience, like you can trade when you see obviously a sharp A. It's nice to see if you can catch obviously the bottom of obviously the A wave, especially if you're inside of a channel like I've shown, and obviously we broke through. The reason why I've gone for it is because we did actually ended up obviously meet this midline, and obviously you've bust out of the corrective channel. So the second I saw it here, I was like, right, we're going to get back in. So because we noticed that this is probably a running flat. But yeah, market looks fucking brilliant in my opinion. If you can, like, comment, subscribe, share it about. There's not really much else that I can really, I mean, there's a few other things I can show how I see running flats and stuff, but I don't really need to go into anything else. It's 36 minutes already, for fuck's sake. But yeah, if you can, much appreciated if you can share it about if you've got this far anyway. Obviously the videos, they do take a bit of time as well. And I will be in months to come making a Discord and stuff. I mean, I'll probably only put it at like 30, 40 bucks a month for someone to obviously use, but I just want to obviously sort loads of stuff out first before I make that, and then obviously I'll be doing like a obviously showing everyone my trades in real time and at live as well, so you can sort of copy them. And I will be making an Elliott Wave trading course in about a year or two when I get a couple 100,000 followers and it sort of blows up a little bit. But yeah, obviously that's when we make it. So but yeah, anyway, peace. If you liked it, yeah, let me know. That's it. Thank you.